shows. Starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his Golden Palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West. With Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
I like the country around here.
Oh, this is preacher country, sure enough. You know, I've always been surprised no preacher's been here before, unless maybe the firemen chased them out.
Firemen?
Yeah, outlaws and gunmen and the like of that. You know, your preacher dad's going to have to do a heap of praying, or they'll run him out of here faster than a rabbit chased by hound dog. Get out. You boys are making an awful mistake. This here feller's the son of the new minister.
We know who he is. We don't want him or any of his family around here.
Look, mister, we're having a little baptizing service, and we'd like to have you join in. Now head for that lake.
Now, wait a minute.
Cut the talk and start walking. Okay, you're taking a dip.
Now, wait, fellas. I already been baptized, and it took him and me both. We don't... Excuse me for not introducing you sooner, Roy, but this is Bernard Northrop, the son of the new minister.
Well, welcome to Mineral City, Northrop. We've sure heard a lot of good things about your father.
If this keeps up, we ought to have the town cleaned up before Dad gets here.
I guess we better take your welcoming committee in for a little visit with the sheriff. Come on.
I told you to stay out of the plant, Mother.
Well, a guy needs a change once in a while. Say, I just saw your 3 sidekicks ride into town.
Yeah, I sent him out to scare off the minister's son. Maybe that'll make the parson decide not to settle here.
I don't think the minister's son's scared. Your pals were riding in Brady's Jeep, Rogers was with them, and they were heading for jail.
So they let him get through. Wait here.
Minister? No, it's his son. Mr. Northrop, Mr. Simmons.
How are you? Glad to meet you, Mr. Northrop. I'm not much of a churchgoer myself, but I imagine Mineral City can stand a little religion.
You might send a few of your sidekicks around, Simmons. Give us a start. Oh, by the way, the sheriff has 3 of them inside.
Then I gave Nellybelle a gas. Well, Sir Dale, we just plowed right through them desperados. And then a few seconds later, when they caught up with us, why, we had to be real ungentlemanly-like and whip them. Of course, Roy here helped us a little.
It was sure nice of you to help Pat, Roy. I hope you won't judge Mineral City by your welcome, Mr. Northrop.
Well, that happened outside of Mineral City, Miss Evans. My welcome in a town is all anyone could ask.
We're going to try to keep it that way, too, if we can. When will your father be in?
In a week or so.
Well, Pat will show you to your room, and if you'll excuse me, I have to be getting to the bank.
Just a second.
Just a second. And I'll give you some more money to take to the bank. Hi, Reverend. Welcome to our midst.
This isn't the Reverend Northrop, Mike. This is his son.
Oh, small difference. Minister, minister's son, they both got the inside track to heaven. You know, they tell me that heaven is a marvelous place. I'd love to go there, but I'll never make it. No, I'm always stumbling. Poor old Mike, he's always stumbling.
I think you could make it, Mike. You could just try.
Now, that's mighty nice of you to say that, Dale. Sort of warms the cockles in my heart. There, Dick, right there.
Say, $20 bill. Why, you're doing all right. What'd you do, rob a bank?
It's a big secret.
You can trust me, Mike.
Well, that's fine. Well, go on, Reverend. See if you can help me get in up there sometime.
Poor old Mike.
Does he live around here?
Lives in the cabin out in Grass Valley.
Maybe I'll call on him. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see as much of the country as I can. Perhaps you could drive me around, Pat.
Oh, sure thing. Nellybelle and me will be real proud.
Be back later, Roy.
What's he doing in town?
Mike.
Now, just a minute, boss. I just had enough to wet my whistle with just one drop.
I can see that. Come on in, I'll buy you another.
That's fair enough. Buy me one, I'll buy you one, too. And I'll buy a drink, and everybody will buy a drink for everybody else. I'll buy the first one.
No, we'll have it in my office. There's some of my own private stock.
Oh, that's fair enough for me. You can join us, too. Well, let's have some of that private brand of yours.
Here it is. Finish him.
Wait a minute.
You heard what the man said.
No, just stay where you belong. No, look.
You ought to get the same treatment. I'll get right back.
No, please. Please. Hey. Oh. No, please.
Nellybelle, you're enough to drive a man to drink. If you don't start this time, I'm going to peddle you to a junk dealer.
Well, it doesn't look as though you're going to see much of the territory today, Mr. Northrop.
Probably just as well. The way Pat talks to this Jeep sometime is nothing for a minister's son to hear.
Maybe we better call off our trip for today, Pat.
You see, with any other car, you just turn on the ignition key, step on the starter, and the motor begins to purr.
We'll probably have to send a searching party after him.
Of these witnesses, to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, and to this holy estate, these two persons can now be joined. Roy Smith, wilt thou have this woman to be thy wedded wife, so long as ye both shall live? I will. Maggie Jones, wilt thou have this man to be thy wedded husband, so long as ye both shall live? And to this holy estate, this man and this woman can now to be united. If anyone therefore can show just cause why they may not be lawfully joined, let him now speak, or else forever hold his peace. Willie can't marry Maggie. She's my girl. You be quiet, Freddie. I ain't your girl. I want to marry Willie.
This is our first church, Mr. Northrop. We still use it sometimes.
Very nice, Miss Evans.
Evans?
No, Wilbur, what's up?
Trouble, big trouble.
Wonder what's eating him.
Hey, Dale, I got to talk to you.
Well, Wilbur, what's the matter? You look as if you'd been robbed.
I have been. This $20 bill you brought in with your deposit.
Well, what about it?
What about it? It's counterfeit. That's what about it.
Counterfeit?
Yes, counterfeit. Dale, where'd you get it?
Well, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Old Mike gave me this morning.
Well, maybe somebody passed it on him.
Mike's been going from bad to worse this last year, drinking and running around with that Simmons crowd.
We better run out and talk to Mike. He might remember where he got it.
Well, Mike's my friend, Roy, and I'd like to go along.
Well, it'll be dark before we can get out there. But we better not leave it till morning. Come on.
Had a bad beating, that's for sure.
Yeah, somebody really worked him over.
Mike, do you know us? Can you talk to us?
Is that you, Miss Dale?
Yes, Mike. Tell us what happened.
They beat me up.
Who did it?
Don't ask me to tell you. They'll beat me up worse the next time.
Listen, Mike, where did you get that $20 bill you gave Dale this morning? I mean, who did it belong to?
It's part mine. I work for them, and they just give me enough to...
Who is they, Mike? We want to help you.
The whole gang. From the top fella on down. You know him. His name is...
Probably never find him in there as dark as it is. Let's get back to Dale. Northrop, Dale?
Positive.
I'd hate to think the minister's son was a sneak thief.
Yeah.
Well, Sheriff, I know what I saw. And I'd be willing to sign a complaint against it if it takes that to get an arrest. Any man that would be low enough to take...
All right, Dale, all right. I'll bring him in before morning.
Well, let's not be in too big a hurry, Sheriff.
But Roy, that man robbed a dead person.
I'm not doubting your word, Dale, but he wouldn't get much of a sentence for petty theft. If he is a crook, let's get something on him that'll put him away for a long time. If he isn't a crook...
Oh, he must be.
You know, I've had a hunch about Northrop ever since Pat brought him to town. Let's go have a look at that gun you found under the window.
Well, hello, Rogers. You're a little out of your orbit, aren't you?
What do you mean, my orbit, Mr. Simmons?
Come into the office and we'll talk about it.
Why not?
Rogers, you're making a lot of people sore around town. Why don't you stop being a hero and attend to your own affairs?
Oh, I'm always running into problems, Mr. Simmons. For instance, if I ask this man how he hurt his hand, that might work into a problem.
I scratched it on a nail.
You sure a dog didn't bite it? There's this gun. It was used to kill Mike Leslie. What'd you do with yours? Lose it?
What are you getting at, Rogers?
Show you how problems pop up. Mike Leslie was mixed up in counterfeiting. Somebody killed him with this gun, and my dog bit the killer's hand. And I find this man has lost his gun and has a bandaged hand. Looks like this is a problem for the sheriff.
You aren't going anywhere.
Tie him up and gag him. I got to move the plates and the press from the old man's cabin. Too many people been around there.
What about him?
Put him in the closet until night. Then we'll get rid of him without being seen. Major, we got Rogers in that closet. See that nobody gets to him.
Where did Roy go?
He went out to try to find out who killed Mike and to do a little gumshoeing on Northrop.
Well, he must have missed Northrop. He just went into the livery stable. You know, he sure acts funny for a minister's son.
Yeah, very funny.
Hey, there he goes.
I'm going to follow him, Pat.
I'm going to go too, Dale. Nellybelle ain't had no fun yet today. No, I'm sorry, Bullet. You can't go this time. I'm on a business trip. Oh, shucks almighty. I suppose Roy sent you to get me. Just when I was going to show Nellybelle a good time. All right, let's go. You're crazy. Roy ain't in there. I suppose I'll have to show you that I got more sense than you got.
What do you want?
We're looking for Roy Rogers.
What makes you think you'll find him here?
Silly, isn't it? Bullet, you're always figuring you're a genius when you're nothing but a dog. Hey, that's a funny noise.
Get out or you'll hear a funnier one.
Hey, what's getting into everybody? Minister's son's turning out to be crooks, and you getting tied up in saloons? Where is Northrop? Well, he rode out to Mike's place, and Dale's following him, and I'm supposed to be following her.
Well, I'm going after him. You get the sheriff and bring him out, too.
Good. What's that?
Get your hands up.
Miss Evans.
I've been following you, Northrop. I saw you take that money from Mike last night. Start explaining.
I'm with the Treasury Department, Miss Evans.
That's big talk.
My badge and identification in my inside pocket.
Don't bother. You could have saved us all a lot of trouble if you told us who you were at the beginning.
We never know who we can trust. That's why we arranged with the Reverend Northrop to let me come in as his son.
Well, I'm sorry, but you must admit it. Look,
That's where your phony $20 bill was made. I wonder what happened to make them start moving the plant. You better stay here. It might be rough going.
I can stand it rough. Let's go.
Well, that's the last of it. You know where we're setting up the new plant, so go on ahead.
No, you don't go ahead. Stay where you are.
I thought that
You thought a lot of things that were wrong. I'm a Treasury man, Simmons.
That's very interesting. Good boy. Perhaps our friends would like to go along with us. Tie them up and toss them in the wagon. Go ahead.
So long, Regan. I'm glad your assignment worked out so well.
It might not have, except for you folks. I'm grateful to all of you.
We'll take good care of your prisoners till your men pick them up.
I know you will.
well, so long, and lots of luck to you. Pat, don't forget to pick up the minister's son, Mr. Northrop, when you're at the railhead.
When I miss it. Well, why don't he just stay here now?
Well, this is Mr. Regan.
Oh, I don't get it. I already picked up Mr. Northrop, but Mr. Northrop turns out not to be Mr. Northrop, but Mr. Regan. So I pick up Mr. Regan because Mr. Northrop isn't Mr. Northrop. He's... Oh, giddy up, Northrop. For I mean, Nellybelle, this is too deep for us. That's the old girl.
Until we meet again, happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then, happy trails to you.